Hi everyone, it's Clyde at Vibrant Soap, and you might have noticed about a couple videos back that just before that I kind of took a little break. Well, even though I took a break, what I was really doing was I was really experimenting with different ingredients in soap and having a lot of fun doing that, but not the kind of thing that I really wanted to put on video. There's a lot of experimentation and making some test batches and everything. So one of the ingredients that I played with was Dead Sea clay or Dead Sea mud, and it brought me back to a time in 2006 where we went to Egypt and then we went to Jordan and we actually went swimming in the Dead Sea. And I didn't know much about it at the time, but the people claim that the waters and the muds inside the Dead Sea are very good for the skin. So here on shore, we would see people just kind of packing it on and everything, and I thought, that sounds very interesting. Now, I can't make any claims like this in the soap, but I have been more interested in what clays do in soap and how it feels. So this is purely just a different kind of soap. I put this Dead Sea clay that I got from Nature's Garden, and I found this recipe that I'll share with you, and I kind of played with it for quite a while. I still want a soap that bubbles a lot, and this recipe does. So I'm going to share that with you in the links, so look down below and you'll find where I found the basic recipe. And then came the color part. I know because it's more of a spa kind of soap that I kept the scents, an essential oil blend, mainly lemongrass. But I also thought that the colors I want to be sort of more simple. So I thought in my mind's eye when I went into the Dead Sea, even though that was years ago, what do I envision? And what I envision is a deep aqua turquoise kind of color. So there's really no need for a color tutorial. Let's just kind of jump into this one. And here's me making the Dead Sea Mud Spa Soap, and it smells awesome. So let's get started right away. So I've made some test batches with this one already, so it does move a little quickly. It's a little more hard oils in here. So I'm going to add my Dead Sea mud that I diluted in some olive oil, and I already have my colorant in there, which is just a bit of aqua colored micas. So I got all my Dead Sea mud and aqua mica in there. I'm going to take a look at what this looks like before I add any titanium dioxide. I just may use a little bit of titanium dioxide because I do like the look of a turquoise that is a little lighter. That is beautiful. Okay, so let me add the lye solution, and then I'll add my fragrance, and then I'm going to pour it into the mold right away. I'm soaping at about 100 degrees today. It's going to be a spa-like essential oil mix that I put in this soap. It's a great color. Let me get my essential oils in there. You can see it's not a fancy soap at all, which is unusual for me. Smells fantastic. Actually, since it's still so liquid, I think I'm going to make it a little bit more teal. That's Teal Vibrance Mica from Nature Soap. Yeah, I'm much happier with that color. And now it's thickening up. So let's get that in the mold. Give that a stir. If you haven't done a thorough stirring after you blend your soap batter and you get these bubbles in your soap, you might want to try it because, well, I remember a long time ago I would get these bubbles and I wasn't happy, and the stirring really does help. And I know I got some bubbles into that when I added the dry mica at the very end, so make sure I get those out. I can still see bubbles rising to the top. Okay. Let's get that in the mold. And tapping this down gets out any remaining bubbles that might be in there. Okay, so I just want to put a little bit of a texture in the top. I don't want any peaks. This makes such a dense soap, very hard bar. And I'm finding in the one that I made before, my test batch, that soap bar really lasts a long time. Stubborn air bubble right there. I'm going to let it solidify so I can get a little bit more of these whirlpool-like textures in the top, and so I'll be right back. Okay, so I think let's give this another shot. Again, I don't want anything really heavily textured, and just in that short time it seems to have thickened up a little bit. This soap is very different, more spa-like, so I really did want to make it a little more simple. And no glitter on this. So there it is. There's my essential oil, Dead Sea mud soap, and I'll bring you back for the cut. Okay, I'm going to bring you back. You know, I just do swirls on almost all the soaps that I do, so I just thought, why not spice up the top just a little bit? And I had some of this mica anyway, so I'll still keep the texturing to a minimum and make it pretty simple. And let's see what this will do. It's already solidified quite a bit more, but I'm really liking the look of this because of the texture of the soap solidifying already. This is most likely because of the amount of hard oils and the clay in there. I'm glad I did that. I just kind of feel like I added a little bit of design to that. There, now we'll let that set and I'll come back for the cut. So here's my cutting of the Dead Sea mud soap. There's no fancy swirls in this, just a great aqua color, and of course the Dead Sea clay. I just wanted a nice smooth spa-like bar. It smells like that with the essential oils, predominantly lemongrass. Smells really good. I wanted a fresh bar, and the soap works really great, even though it has the added clays in there. It which makes it a really rock solid bar that lasts longer than my other soaps that I've made. It is also, it bubbles up really good. So I really like this personally, so I thought I'd make a full-size bar. See if anyone likes that. It's so dense that I can really tell that the wire has a harder time going through the loaf to cut the bars. And of course, just this, like any other soap, will need to cure for about 4 weeks. I did let it gel, which should cut down on the cure time, but I like to cure it for at least 4 weeks anyway. So there's no point in showing you so many of these cuts, so I will, speaking of cut this short. And I just like talking to you. And there's the top. Has a little iridescence to it because of the mica drizzle. But yeah, I'll just clean these bars up and I will trim the edges and take photos and put this video together. thank you everyone for watching. I'm really happy about people's comments and people joining me watching this. It's like just a soap making, but I try to make each video just a little different and trying to share with you my new adventures in soap making, and of course the color tutorials. And upcoming in Atlanta, I'll be presenting again on color and soap making for a big soap conference out there. Get to see some people I met at the last conference, and that's about it going on here. My plate is full here, and that's it. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye, everybody.